Okay, we are live in our YouTube for Agents channel. And today we were talking about what we learned. And the thing that both Danielle and I learned was how desperate some agents are getting. And if that's you, we got to talk.
I mean, to an extent, I think we're all getting slightly worried, desperate, concerned. We're seeing our numbers a lot of the times. I don't know if there's anybody out there who I've talked to that said that this year's the same as the last couple of years. So we're all seeing a bit of a downturn, but we have to understand that that's the nature of our beast and our business. But the thing that's very important, I think, is being consistent, knowing your brand. As a business owner, you have to have a brand. You would not continue going to the same restaurant if the quality of food that you've enjoyed for several years suddenly went down to basically, hamburger helper. And not that that's a bad thing, it's just not paying $20 for it, right? And so that's what you need to see as a business owner, that you continue to maintain your professionalism, your business stays as close, if not the same, as always, or finding viable alternatives, not just being a discount and flashing who you are and what your business is.
And I just taught a class on systems, and I'm going to pull up I'm going to share something if I can figure out how, again. Screen.
I love it when we change views because it makes me think of like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
I'll look down on you, see, like.
All right, is that showing? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I was talking about systems, and I said everyone's familiar with these logos and the brands they represent, and you feel something particular when you look at any one of these, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
you have a reaction to what they do and how they do it, and it's not because of their logo colors. When we talk about branding in real estate, a lot of people confuse that with your logo, your colors, your marketing materials. When our systems on our team are our brand. The difference between Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts is their brand. It's in everything they do, not the pink and orange versus green, right? You have a different reaction to the Domino's logo than you would have to your favorite local pizza place. You have a different reaction to the Porsche logo than you would to my Hyundai. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be Porsche. It just means that you have to be what you are consistently. And people will learn that and respond to it. And that,
yeah, it is the consistency. I was just going to say that, like the Domino's, being in Chicago, I'd have to be pretty desperate to go, you know what, I got some taste for Domino's. But if I'm somewhere else and I don't know the quality of the pizza,
you know exactly.
I don't know what I'm getting into.
Right.
At least I know what Domino's is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And you won't see Porsche putting out an ad that says 2 for 1 this weekend. Right? Now, you can decide on who you are and what your brand's going to be, but then you have to follow through on that all the time. So if you have been Porsche and now you're going to be Hyundai because you're running out of money, you're going to have some very, very disappointed clients. And Hyundai's a great brand. I'm not saying it's not. It's just affordable. And Porsche has a different expectation. But the consistency is a huge part of it. And so we can't say, okay, things are tough. I'm going to stop taking professional pictures. I'm going to stop giving video. I'm going to stop if you have set the expectation that that's what you do and that that's important in your business, then you'd better be able to maintain it. And we are, as Danielle was saying on the Facebook Live, we're seeing a lot of realtors talk about getting out of the business. And it's great that we have so many comrades cheering for us. But some people really need to look seriously and say, am I serious about this? Am I willing to do what it takes to do a great job for the people who need to buy or sell their house? And am I willing to do the things that I need to do to get that business when it's pretty scarce? So there are people who seem to be in this business for reasons other than they love it, they're good at it, and they feel compelled to serve.
The easy money has dried up. The reasons lenders and real estate agents got into this the last couple of years has dried up. And now it's about having an actual business, having a plan, having a reputation, having a, something to hold onto and say, this is who I am, this is what you get. If people have been winging it and going, houses are selling so fast, I don't even care. I throw it up the MLS and next week I'm under contract. And now they're going, wait, where are the phone calls?
And so yesterday there was a Facebook post of an anonymous poster who is looking for a realtor who will list at a reasonable rate of 4%. Now, everybody sets their own rates. Whatever yours is fine. We set ours based on the excellent service that we provide. And so it's not cheap. And it's also not 4%. But
and the knowledge we have and the time we've put, our expertise, we're both in it 10 years.
Yeah, all we've built over the last 10 years to put us in a position to put the seller in their best position. And so there were, the usual number of realtors jumping in saying, I'll do it for 3.5. But there was one guy who not only had to say how low he would go, which was 1.5% on his side, but he reiterate several times that he does this because houses are easy to sell, like shooting fish in a barrel was one of the words he used. I deleted the post that I posted, but I screenshotted him from HomeSnap's gone, but from homes.com and the 8 houses that he sold in his entire career. It said this you, but there were a lot of lay people on that thread also talking about how realtors aren't necessary. They had a bad experience, or they just don't know any better, or they don't know any better realtors. And, we all have to, we talk about this all the time. We all need to, this channel is called Raise the Bar for a reason. Step up. If you can't step up, seriously step out. This is a skill game, and everybody who's in it from here on out better be willing and ready and able to hang, because we do not need people jumping in and muddying the waters with unskilled, truly careless representation of clients who deserve better.
And it's probably been a while since I even talked about my origin story here into getting in real estate, because I had been a stay-at-home mom and things were tight. And I had a friend who told me, get into real estate. It's easy money. It's not a big deal. And that's how Ruth and I hooked up and became partners, because I quickly realized that that's not what it's about. It should never be about my easy money. It should be about building a business and a brand and having, accountability to my clients when things go good and bad. And I'm embarrassed, basically, of how I ran my first year to year and a half in the industry. I had no marketing plan. I just kind of, used words that other people told me to use, and it wasn't authentic, and it wasn't based on, the things,
Data.
the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I quickly changed that as soon as I realized that that's not the point of this business. Yes, of course, the point of business is to make money, but it's not about the easy money. It's about longevity and building something that will last through the good times and the bad, and whatever that might be, buyer's market, seller market, neutral markets, recessions and things like that. And that's what I've spent 8.5, 9 years doing.
And the greatest thing about it is that we get to help people while we're doing that. So we're not, poisoning the earth or doing other things that people accuse people of when they're making money. We're helping people solve problems.
And probably their largest asset. I mean,
Yeah.
it's inconceivable to not take that into consideration, that these people are entrusting us with their largest one-time investments that they'll ever make. Yeah, they'll invest maybe more money in stock market, but it's usually a couple hundred, couple thousand at a time, not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so why wouldn't we be at our best?
In their life. It's where they're living their life. So
Yes.
They're trusting us with helping guide them to the best place for them to do that, which is even more important than all that money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we all have to take it seriously. And, if you don't take it seriously, that's okay. If there's something that you'd rather do, that's okay. I don't know why everybody feels like they need to jump on those posts saying, I'm thinking about leaving, and say, don't, you'll make it. Maybe it's the best thing for you. You'll know if the best thing for you is this business, as tough as it is, and you're willing to choose that over and over again, you'll know. Don't do it for the wrong reasons.
So until next week.
We'll see. Of course, we're always preaching to the choir, because if anybody comes to our show, they're on the side of good.
See you next week.
Take it easy.